So I'm out by the new fence area, and this is some yarrow that I planted. What's crazy is I planted it late in the season, and it's already spreading. It was just this circle right here, and now it's spreading over here. It's echolea of some sort, and I'm just kind of rubbing it down, and all the old stuff is like, I don't know, going away. Just a little bit of stuff, but otherwise I'd say I'm just gonna leave that, because this new growth is super fresh. Here's another one. See all the brown? I just touch it, it like turns to dust. Okay, so I'm just kind of starting at the beginning. Most of this stuff, sorry about the shadows, but most of this stuff just comes up if you gently move it away. Look, there's Hydrangeas hiding underneath. Rub it. I can't remember exactly what I planted here. Here I think I planted some creeping phlox, which I don't know if it's gonna come back. And there's a bunch of other things I planted here that are not awake yet. So next I'm going to trim off the dead seed heads from the yarrow. This is Salvia. There's an iris. I decided to cut off the ugliest parts of the yarrow. This is coreopsis and some grass. Daisy. Can't remember the variety of this daisy, but I think it's yellow. And it stayed evergreen all winter. Good enough. This is actually the creeping phlox. Super sharp, so can't touch it with my bare hands. I'm not an expert on creeping phlox, so I don't know if I should cut this off yet, but there is some green. But I think I really need to just cut off all of this and let this thrive. I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it. There's another salvia, I think it's a rose salvia. Okay, back to the daisy. I feel like if I just pull up the ugly leaves, it'll be fine because of the lower leaves. See how these are ugly and these are cute? The cute ones are the important ones, so I'm just gonna pull these ugly ones off. Okay, that's good enough. This is another salvia. You can see new leaves coming up everywhere. It was kind of minty. That's a weed. This one doesn't have any new growth yet, but oh yeah, it does actually down there. So we're good. I think this is a yellow daylily. I'm not sure. Ouch! Or maybe, yeah, maybe a daylily. I don't know. What do you think? I believe that this, and this is gomphrena that the deer kept eating, so it never got to flower to its full potential. But then again, I almost feel like I planted something else there, so I'm going to leave it. This is a hibiscus dark mystery, is what it's called. And you can see some green. Doesn't have any new buds coming up from the ground, so I'm not going to touch it. And there's a delphinium. Some greenery. Summer skies delphinium. So I'm just going to trim off this stick from the delphinium. Grass, I'm coming for you next. This is one of the grasses that used to flank our driveway, but it was in the shade, so it never produced flowers, and I really like to see the flowers of the grasses, the ornamental grasses. So anyway, I planted this where the purple fountain grass was, since purple fountain grass is an annual here. There, it's cut. I don't know if it's going to survive, but I do see some green growth, like in the little straws, I guess, stems, blades. So hopefully it takes. So this pretty thing is, can you guess? A poppy. And we planted 3. I only see 2, but they never grow. The animals get to them. Oh, there was a 3rd. I don't think this one's coming back. So we'll see if these even last. Here's another delphinium. These are biennial, so they flowered a tiny bit last year. Not sure if they'll flower again this year, and then they probably will not come back the year after that, unless they self-seed. Here's another one, ocelot delphinium. There's the new growth back there. And they do tend to flop, but I'm not really good at staking yet, so we'll try to do that this year. So I have 2 Bloomstruck hydrangeas kind of flanking this guy. I forget, arrow something? Arrow? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna get down in there and see if I can trim anything off. Okay, so see how there are buds right here? But this one doesn't have any buds, it's dead. So, and it will never come alive. So that's it. And then there's buds there. These are kind of weak. I think I'm just going to cut that tip off. I don't know if that's a leaf. No, it's crunchy, so it's dead. Oh, and then see how this branch right here crosses from the other side over here. That is not good. So we're gonna cut it out. Excuse me. Sorry. This one's kind of small. This one's, no, I think this one needs to just at least be trimmed here. Yeah, I'll cut that one too. No, I can't. If it's dead, I don't feel bad, but if it's alive, I do. Buttons down here. Buds there, but dots above. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, wait. Oh, look at that. See that? There's a new bud growing from the bottom. That one's nice and healthy, too. Cool. It is the second day of spring today, and it's super sunny. It's really nice. It's really hard to get out here when it's winter to do anything, and I always feel bad, but and I also feel super lazy and give myself crap for it, but it's nature. I can't do anything about it. Good enough. Okay, this is a plum crazy hibiscus. Beautiful. I love the flowers. But I don't see any new growth. The new growth comes from the ground, and then you just cut these off. But maybe I'll still bring them down to where the green is. There. Now it's just ready. This is candytuft. I've grown to really like it. We had one next to our garage door and I had to move it, and after I moved it, not only did it do well, it did great and became huge, like 2 by 2 feet, and it stays evergreen, so I love it. So I have one here, one there, one there. I think that's it. I can't wait till they grow and fill in. Valen and I did plant a bunch of bulbs in this whole area. I don't see any coming up yet, so not really sure if they died, or maybe they'll skip a year, or they'll come up later, but no signs of bulbs. And then we have another salvia. Just cutting off the big sharp pieces. And there's another Merlot blue salvia. All stuff just comes off, and that should be good enough. Might go in there and pull off some obviously ugly stuff, but otherwise that's it. And then here's another one. Same Merlot Salvia. Picking weeds as I go, or grass, stray grass. This meadow sage, or salvia, didn't look like it was growing, but there's some growth right there. It's pretty strong. I believe this is a sedge, if I remember correctly, and it used to be to the right of our garage. With the candytuft that I talked about earlier. And I had to transplant because it just was not dying. Like, it kept dying, but there was like a little piece that was always alive, so it like wanted to live. So I thought maybe if I put it here, it will. Here's another candytuft, one of the new ones. This is like a really good replacement for alyssum. Not really sure if it smells. We'll have to test that once the flowers come back, but it gets covered with little white flowers. It's really pretty. Starting to look good. Almost done on this side. I'm gonna take down those grasses. This is, I think it's called Japanese silver grass, or like kitten or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna give it a crew cut. I don't see any new growth yet. It's really sharp. So you don't want to pet it like a kitten. You know when you go to the hair salon and you don't get the haircut you were expecting? I feel like this grass feels that way. Hopefully it'll grow. It's our first spring with it. Hopefully it made it through the winter. Here's some stone crop. Looks kind of withered, but there is some promise right here, so we'll see. So these three, how do I show you? 1, 2, 3 are the porcupine grass that used to be behind our mailbox. But I had to move it because it just wasn't doing that great there. So I split it into 3 clumps and I'm going to cut it now. I think the key is to get the grass cut before the new growth appears, because otherwise you have to cut off new growth or trim between all the new growth, and that's just a nightmare. So there's one, there's another. Does look kind of greenish in the little stems, so I think that's a good sign. I think it lived through the move. Same with this one. It's green, so did good. Not on my watch, weed. If you have irises that are not looking too great, it's probably because they're buried too low like this one. So I'm going to come back and take it out of the ground so that the rhizome is in the sunlight. But not right now. If you have a queasy stomach, look away. But see, the grass is sharp. It's not focusing. Maybe it's better. Okay, this is the last thing on this side. This is Weigela. I think it's called spilled wine or something. Never really a fan of Weigela. Don't ask me why. And I don't really know how to trim it, so I'm just going to clean it up and then leave it. Let it do its thing. I have a feeling that didn't survive. Okay, this is a weed, but you have to admit it's pretty cute. Okay, remember when I said we planted a bunch of bulbs and there were no signs of life? Valen and I did plant a bunch of bulbs in this whole area. I don't see any coming up yet. I think these might be the bulbs, some of them. Don't know the variety. They also kind of look like they could be irises or daylilies or tulips. This is the Lobster Iris. One day I'll have all my videos up that I filmed and you'll know what I'm talking about. This is a coralberry. I planted it late in the season. It looks completely dead. So, oh no, it's alive. I just scratched. I don't know if you can see there's green right there. It's alive. But again, I don't really know what to do with these yet, so I'm just going to leave it alone for now. The deer didn't eat it. That's a good thing because the deer ate the yellow vining climbing rose and that little tree. So this is the yellow rose, and as you can see, I mean, you have nothing to compare it to, but deer ate it for sure. Or something. But there's new growth. So I'm just going to carefully pull out the leaves. Ouch. More careful than that. Ouch. And then, I don't know, hope for the best. We're going to try to hang some wolf pea satchels or something to try to get the deer to stop destroying the garden. But it really is my fault for giving them such delicious food. You know what I mean? The key to pruning roses is to not scratch yourself. Also, if you've noticed, I've been picking things up like this instead of like this. It's because I chopped my finger while cooking. Anyway, this looks crunchy. This looks okay. I don't know, I'm tempted to go all the way down here. Nah. This is dead. Look at that. Death. Not alive. We're not alive. It will not grow again. Just dead wood. Totally dead. feel bad taking off this whole piece, but there's no growth. It is green though, so maybe that was a mistake, but it's okay. Ouch. This is a David Austin English rose called Teasing Georgia. We planted it also late in the fall, so I think it was on sale. Yeah, and so we just bought it. Hopefully it will be happy here. There are no buds on this. Not green. Bummer. Let's see if this is green when I scratch it. Nope. This bud is dry, but I don't know, maybe something will come of it. This is split in half. And totally a great place to harbor bugs, so I want this out of here. There. It's dead. I'm pretty sure this is dead too. Let's see. Yeah. Bummer. No, actually. There's a bud right here. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll just leave it. I want to cut this. See this split? What the heck? Don't know if I can do this with these. Nope. That just looks bad. Good luck, little rose. This, I think, is called a mop head. I think it's either a Cyprus or whatever Anna's magic ball is. Tuya? Yeah. Looks good. It stayed this green throughout the whole winter. Just a little bit of stuff down here died. But otherwise, it's a happy camper. Then we have 4 of these. We bought 4 thinking they were the same, but I think we got 2 different varieties. There's this one and this one. I cannot remember the name of it, but they're evergreen and you can shape them into little balls. You can keep them really small if you stay on it, but they can get, I think, 5 feet by 5 feet. Anyway, they really take well to grooming. But I'm not gonna groom yet. I'm just gonna gather the leaves around it. I found the tag. This is called the Lemon Thread False Cypress. Still don't know the name of this one though.